Hey everyone, it's Colin Durham, and I'm here with just a report about kind of for my Patreon subscribers, or for anybody who might be interested in becoming a Patreon subscriber. So I've had this Patreon account for like 4 years now, maybe, and it started off as kind of a trickle, a nice little supplement to my grad school income. Um, and I really want to, I want to start by thanking everybody who subscribed to Patreon during that period, because you really helped me out through grad school a lot. You made it possible for me not to waste my time applying to a lot of these grants and fellowships and stuff, so I could focus on what actually mattered, which is my doing my work and arguing with people on the internet. So big thanks to everybody who subscribed during that period, whether you still subscribe now or not. I appreciate it nonetheless. But so I finished my PhD in December, as you may know. So going forward, I'm going to be working on publishing some version of the dissertation as a book, and I'm working on another book also to follow up to The Difference That Money Makes, which is going to be called An Imperial Par. And that book's going to be a history largely of the Roman Empire. So it's kind of going to be a history of bimetallic monetary systems from Croesus of Lydia all the way through Charlemagne. So there's a big historical scope to cover there. We're looking into some of that in my seminar on Rome that we're going to be doing for the next few years. So obviously that's gonna take a little while. I imagine that's probably going to take another 5 or 6 years before that's ready. So I want to kind of talk to you about what I'm doing in the meantime and what's going on with this whole Patreon thing, because partly that the Patreon website is a little out of date in terms of what it says that I'm going to be doing and all the rest of that, and it's really, the website is really a pain in the butt, and it's not really worth my time to fiddle around with it so much. So instead, I just wanted to make this video. So in 2021, this project had two different sources of income. So one's Patreon subscribers, and of course that gets you access to the archive of content that I do, and it helps me devote my time to research. And we also had tuition revenues from the classes that we gave. So the two classes that we gave last year, one was led by me. It was the introduction, what is money course, just kind of an introduction to the money class. And there's also one led by Jade Delisle about called Alliance, Affinity, and Interdependence. And that's kind of an intro to kinship. So these are kind of, we envision these as sort of introductory courses that would onboard people into the kind of stream of discourse that we're thinking about at member school. So we did pretty well with those two classes. As you may know, I offer an attendance rebate to everybody who attends the class. So the idea is that, so when I do free stuff, which I've done occasionally, what I find is that people don't come, people stop coming to class because it's free, so they don't really value it. So I think it's pretty important to charge money for classes because that commits people, and everybody knows that everybody else is committed, and so they do the work, and it just really helps the class be a real class. But I also, I don't really want to be making money from tuition, because the students who take the class are actually helping to create the product that subscribers pay for. So where I want to be moving is to a place where basically the subscribers are going to subsidize the students. So the students would pay a fee up front, but then if they came to all the classes and did all the work, then they would get that whole fee back. So it would be free after the rebate. And this is also a nice model because a lot of times people don't ask for the rebate back because they're satisfied with the value for dollar that they get. Our classes are pretty reasonable, especially compared to the real university, where you pay much more for something that may very well be a worse product than what you get taking classes with us. So we did well with tuition last year, but I expect that will go down a little bit this year because we're doing some more advanced classes, and I'm purposely trying to charge less for the classes because that's not actually where I want the money to come from. And last year we did these intro classes that have a little bit more of a popular appeal, whereas the kind of more advanced research seminars tend to draw a smaller audience, which is just it's natural. So our total tuition from our classes last year was it was $9,889 from the two classes, and Jade got a big chunk of that for leading the kinship class. And then from Patreon, from subscribers, there was $8,649.38. That was my take home from Patreon. So net of the fees that they charge me, which we're going to be looking into seeing how to get around, how to do something better than Patreon in the future. But for now, they're still handling all the payments and taking a cut of it. So that means the total revenues for the project, Patreon plus tuition, was $17,898.38. So, the majority of that went to me and my living expenses. I'm getting pretty close to where I need to be able to do this full time. Kind of this combined with, I also teach for the new Center for Research and Practice. So that's another little bit of money. And now I don't have to live in California and pay rent in California. So my cost of living has gone down significantly since a couple years ago. So I'm getting very close to being where I need to be in order to really be able to devote myself to this project full time. But I figure, also what I want to do is to, as much as I can, to spread the wealth, and money is more powerful when it's moving around. So I'm going to be looking for opportunities to get other people a cut of these revenues, kind of under the theory that the more I spread the money around, the more people will want to donate to this, and that will help me get to where I need to be in terms of fully supporting my life with this project. So one example of things that I'm doing is we had Sean Capener come do a seminar about his dissertation, and I paid him $300 for that. So I think that was a very successful experiment. I got maybe 3 or 4 subscribers after announcing that event. So if those people stick around for a couple years, then it's paid for, and then I'll have that revenue will then allow me to pay more people. So I'm going to be doing more of those. I'm kind of on the lookout for recent dissertations that are of interest to the set of themes that the member school is thinking through, and I'll be paying people for that, because what I'm really trying to do is trying to create an economy in which independent research and teaching and scholarship are valued outside the university, which is in bad shape, and I'm not sure I want to go down with that ship, although some people do, but I want another option. So I'm trying to get money moving. I'm trying to get scholarship valued, and if you contribute to that, I mean, the more money I get coming in, the more I can pass out. So, and another way that I'm hoping to use this money in order to help build this economy of scholarship is that I spent some of this money to give to Lau, who some of you may know, and they've been working on this website. So I'm really excited to announce the alpha launch of the Study Garden website, which I'm gonna show you right now. So the page is alpha.study.garden, and so this is your one-stop shopping destination for all your member school needs. So you can log in via Patreon, and if you haven't subscribed yet, what we ask is $7 a month, and you get access to all of this content, all of these classes that we do, and I'll show you this archive in just a second. So you can log in via Patreon. It makes you click through a couple times till it gets all the cookies set up or whatever, but I tested it, it works. So we can sign in here. And this is the main page for the member school. And we got this calendar. So the calendar tells you, everything that we're doing, everything that's upcoming, and it tells you everything that we've done in the past. And each of these entries is a link. So you can click on it, and it'll take you to a page like this, where we have the recording from the lecture. It'll tell you what we read for that session. And there's a chat box here on the side where you can talk to other people about the lecture. So in the future, as we continue to develop this website, we're gonna be thinking about how to make this page fun to interact with, and we're gonna be thinking about how we can encourage the conversation to continue after the in-person session is already concluded. So we're gonna be working on this and making it better, but here's just the minimum version that we have right now. So eventually, our idea is that you'll have the ability to comment at a particular timestamp on the video, and then there will be threads from there. So if you're watching along and you think of something, that the conversation makes you think of, you can start a thread that's indexed to that place, and then other people can respond to you. And so we're going to be developing this going forward. Of course, it's not there yet because we've been using this kind of clunky forum for all these videos, and so those of you who have been on that site will see that this is a vast improvement over that forum in terms of accessing content. So you can also see all the courses organized like this. So we have the past courses that we've done. Here's future courses and current courses. So another thing that we're going to be working on as we go forward is an automated email system and sign up system. So we don't have it yet. You still have to sign up for classes by emailing me, which creates a lot of administrative work for me that we're going to eventually, hopefully soon, automate away. So you'll be able to go to this website and sign up for the class, and it'll do all of that stuff for us, and make everything easier. So this is basically what we have right now. We'll have, if you have suggestions about either like stuff you think is not working correctly on the site, you can go to the Member School Discord server, which I'll link, or you can ask me and I'll give you the link, and there's a channel there. So that's the best place to give suggestions for Study Garden. We'll eventually, you'll have the ability to make a profile and talk to other students about stuff that you have. But the idea of this is that this website is intended for people who are doing a project like ours, where we have a lot of video content of past courses, and we're selling subscriptions to that archive. That's the basic model, and we're just trying to create this custom tool that makes that as easy as possible. And we're hoping eventually that we would then be able to, once we have a fully functional project here, I mean, this is just the early alpha version of it, that we'd be able to basically license this to other people who are doing other similar projects. And we want to think about ways to network those projects together and all of this kind of stuff. So we have a lot of ideas for things that we want to build on top of this basic platform that we have, but this is what we need first. So really excited about this project. I'm excited to finally deliver this website because I've been promising it for a long time, and that form is very clunky. So this is the other thing that I did with your money. So kind of to sum up, this Patreon Member School project, we had about $18,000 of gross revenue last year. That's being divided between me, Jade, and Lau. And the more money you give me, the more content I can bring you, the more I can focus on my research, and the more I can keep money moving around kind of this community of independent scholars, because the university is not doing its job, and I don't think it's going to. Good luck with your union and everything, but I'm pursuing. I don't want to go down with that ship, so we're building something else. So I hope you feel like your money is being well spent. I hope if you aren't yet a subscriber, that you are excited about this project and want to see it continue, and feel free to get in touch. Let me know what you think, what you'd like to see us do, what you'd like to study, what you'd like to learn, what you'd like to think about, all that kind of stuff. All right, so this has been your 2021 fiscal year Member School accounting, and I will be back next year to let you know how things are going.